Welcome to Feel It to Heal It, where we explore our inner world, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, and learn how to manage ourselves and our relationships in peaceful, purposeful, and powerful ways. You can find this show on the web at eqforpeace.org and on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. Now here's the host of Feel It to Heal It, Matt Perlstein.
All right. Hello. Welcome back. This is Matt Perlstein. We're talking about Feel It to Heal It, one of the ways of dealing with our emotions and our emotional intelligence, and a way to create peace and love and joy in our hearts. We did the negative emotions, sadness and anger and depression and guilt and shame and fear, all that happy stuff or wonderful stuff. Anyway, we do need to deal with that stuff. It's real. We do need to deal with it. And we got to get good at dealing with it. That's the concept of positive mental health, is that if we deal with our negatives, then we can have more positives. And that's kind of the point, right? So this time we talked about the negatives. Now let's talk about the positives. We're going back up again, right? So here we go. Let's dive into it. This time I'm going to talk about give you what to expect, and then we're going to do a quick check-in, feelings check-in like we've been doing each time. It's about awareness first, right? Awareness first. What are you feeling? What's going on inside of you? Just being able to identify what's happening inside of you is very, very helpful a lot of times. And we don't usually talk about it, and nobody asks us about it. And so we got to get good at it. We have to get good at least be aware, first. So then we'll talk about love, being loved and loving. Those are different, and they need to be handled differently, but they're both wonderful, and they both need to be fit into your life somehow. There turns out they're way more important than we thought they were, or more. They're huge in our lives. Joy and happiness, right? Joy is active, more active, happy love. Peace. We're talking about peace. All right. That's what we're good at. And so we're trying to get good at is we are EQ for peace. The point of all of this is to get some peace inside of ourselves, inner peace inside, interpersonal peace between us, social peace among us, and hopefully someday we can get to big peace. When enough of us know how to create peace inside of us, maybe we can create peace outside of us as well, right? We're assuming that it goes in that order. And so we're here trying to create inner peace by being good at dealing with our emotions, our thoughts, and our feelings and our actions. So that's how we get to peace. And then we'll talk about some next steps. Okay. So let's start with a quick check-in. What are you feeling? What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling? This slide on the screen gives you a bunch of words. We need to be able to identify what we're feeling. We can feel more than one thing at a time. Feelings are different than thoughts, right? Emotional feelings are different than our physical feelings, right? So we need to identify our emotional feelings. What are you feeling right now? It's a quick little check-in, can be kind of magical, and it's where it all starts, with awareness. We ask ourselves, what are you feeling? Not how are you feeling? And we ask others, what are you feeling? Try that. This is a little simple chart that's on the screen that teachers use in schools a lot, all over the world. What are you feeling? Just a quick check-in is kind of magical to help people at least get started, at least have some identification of what's going on inside. And acceptance, step 2, acceptance. Those are both can be done just like that. I'm kind of upset right now. Okay, all right, accept it. And then we can decide what to do about it or do with it afterward. But first, we got to know what the heck we're feeling. We've got to start somewhere. There's a slide on the screen now that says stop generational trauma. That's about doing it different, doing things different. And this is tough. Sometimes it's tough. It's doing it different than what you saw or what you experienced or what happened to you. If people didn't treat you very well or things didn't go very well, you don't have to do it that way. That's the good news and the magical thing about emotional intelligence and being positive with our mental health is that we don't have to do it the way it was done to us. We get to choose. We get to choose. Emotional intelligence gives us more choices and we get to choose. We don't have to do it the way it was done to us, even though it might feel right. And even though it might seem like that's what we should do, sometimes it's not. And we can manage ourselves in that way. That's pretty cool. So stop generational trauma. It gets spread down. Awareness, acceptance, action. Like I said, awareness, acceptance, action. Be aware your thoughts and feelings, accept your thoughts and feelings, and then you can decide what kind of action you want to take, if any. With it, what are you going to do about it? Problem. What are you going to do with the problem? That's up to you. But even if you decide not to do anything, you decided, which makes you in charge of you, right? So this is kind of recapping stuff we've talked about before, but it's really important in my opinion. Joy, peace, and love. Let's get into it. It's natural. We're born with it. We have 1 and a 4-year-old granddaughters, and I've known them since they were, a couple minutes old, and they came out, they were crying, but they came out pretty peaceful. Once they get their needs met, they were pretty peaceful and even loving and calm. They just were. That's how we're born. We're born okay. We have the capacity for joy, peace, and love. We just don't know how to do it. So it's an education problem. So we got to get good at it. And that's what we're doing right now is we're trying to get good at our emotions so that we can create more positives, more peace, joy, peace, and love. So let's start with peace. Yay, peace is one of my faves. Peace is the point of our nonprofit. We're trying to create peace in our lives, inside and around us. And we're saying that most people don't have any idea how to create peace in their lives. So how are we supposed to create peace in the world? How? So peace education is the process of acquiring the values, knowledge, attitudes, skills, and behaviors to live in harmony with oneself, others, and the natural environment. Peace inside and out. Peace inside and out. And it's a teachable skill. This is a teachable skill. Peace is teachable. We may have the capacity, but we don't have the education. We don't have the skills. So we can learn them and we can practice and we can do better. That's really good news, right? A lot of times education doesn't cost anything. We just learn how to do it. We got to be aware and we learn how to do it. And then it's ours from then on. Peace is different for different people. And maybe it'd be helpful for you to figure out, what does peace actually mean to you? What does peace mean? For a lot of people, peace is more than just the absence of problems, right? There's more to it than that. There's a depth to it and a knowing to it that's more than just, okay, nobody's bashing on me right now, so I'm good. Well, yes, but it's even deeper than that. It can go even deeper than that. What is helpful is if you can find a place, find a time, find a memory inside of you when you felt really peaceful. When do you feel peaceful? When have you felt peaceful? And then ask yourself, what did that look like? What was the picture? What was happening? Were you maybe on a beach somewhere, or were you in the arms of someone that you felt totally at peace and connected with them? Or what was happening for you? If you can come up with a picture and a sound and a smell and a feeling about what happened when you've had it before, it's much easier to recreate it. It's easier to recreate it. If you go, wow, I'm not peaceful right now. Well, what's that? Where are you going with this? What does it look like? So it's really helpful. So, and like I said, it's what does it look like? What you can picture it. What did it sound like to you? And what did it feel like? What did it feel like? See if you can get those three, and then you can, then you much easier to recreate it. Try it. Um, Peace, big peace, all peace starts with inner peace. We're saying the Dalai Lama agreed. Deepak Chopra wrote a book on it. There's some good stuff going on about peace, and we're saying it starts with us, inside of us, inside of us. And the peace is, to me, one of the most peaceful things is knowing that I can deal with most anything that life can throw at me, which means I can deal with my negative emotions. If I have fear or anger or sadness or whatever I feel, it's okay. I can deal with it. It's okay. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And it's okay. So I don't freak out about it. I'm much more secure than I used to be. I'm much more out there, willing, being open than I used to be, because I didn't used to be able to deal with stuff. And so I hide, and people shut down, and people close down, so that they don't get hurt. Because if you get hurt, well, oh, I could never stay in that again. Well, you can, actually, you can. And knowing that allows you to do all kinds of things. You can take all kinds of risks and be more open than before, because you know that you can deal with stuff. You can deal with you. A lot of people are afraid of their own emotions, which makes them afraid of themselves, which is a very bad thing. Very bad thing, in my opinion. It was for me. Inner peace is based on our thoughts and our feelings. If you're having turmoil in your thoughts and your feelings, then that's not peaceful, is it? So we're dealing with our thoughts and feelings in a way that we can be peaceful. So that's really important. Attitude of gratitude is one of the main things toward peace. Having an attitude of trying to figure out what's working in your life, what's good, what's going well, what you're thankful for. Thankful is what we call a conscious positive. We try to find things to be thankful for, things to be appreciative of, things and people. So practice an attitude of gratitude whenever you can. And some people do it daily. Some people do it multiple times a day. Make a list, consciously go there. This guy on the screen, he's great. It's a statue, but it just hit me that it feels like that's what peace looks like to me, at least. It may look different to you, but he just got a great look on his face of just total peace. It seems like. So I just like this picture. Aristotle said that inner peace begins the moment that you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions, right? Control your emotions. People don't give them that much control. They can affect your emotions, but they don't control them. And so if you want to go toward peace, that's one of the main ways of doing it. All right. So that certainly is not exhaustive description of peace and how we can create it, but we don't have that much time, so we're going on. But peace is a huge deal. Peace inside of you starts inside of you, and then spread outside into your life. So let's talk about love. Love really is the answer, right? There's a song about that, right? Love really is the answer. Love is a little bit different than respect. And you can respect people, you can love people. It does not necessarily mean you approve of what they're doing, their actions, but you can still love them anyway. It doesn't mean you agree with what's happening with them, but you can love them anyway. It's different than appreciation. Sometimes we go, oh, I love that, what you do that. Well, that's an action. That's different than loving the person, right? And one of the things, especially with kids or people in your family, is you can not like their actions and still love the person. You can hate their actions and still love the person. So try to differentiate those as best you can. It's a very important thing. I can go, man, that was awful. I love you, but don't do that anymore, right? Ever again, kind of thing. But they're different. So differentiate those. One of my favorite EQ skills, one of the most powerful EQ skills, in my opinion, is that we can open our heart and close our heart when we want to. We can do that. That's up to us. So we can open up and we can close up. And if you're feeling safe and want to be close to somebody and you want to be intimate, open up and be there and enjoy them and let them in and let yourself out. And it's a wonderful feeling. If they're not safe, if things aren't going well, you can shut it down. You can continue loving them, but you can shut down your heart so it doesn't hurt as much for you. And then when it's over, when it's past, when you're back to being safe again, you open back up. To me, I choose to be open most of the time. I didn't used to, but I do now, and I like it. I like it very much. Choose love means just that. Choose it. Yeah, choose it. I decide I could be mean, I could be mad, I could be grumpy, I could be distant, I can protect myself. I choose love instead of all of those most of the time, not all the time. And know that connections matter. Finding somebody in your life. They did a big study, one of the longest studies ever, at Harvard's been going on, I think, 82 years now. And they're saying they're asking people, what is the most important thing in your life to make you feel successful and peaceful and loving and all that? What's the most important thing? And they said, overwhelmingly, it was connection. It was human connection. Us humans are social beings. We need to connect with people. And they're saying also that it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be in your family. They don't have to be in your family. It can be pretty much anybody that you decide that you are connected with them and you stay connected with them, which is your responsibility, by the way. It's your responsibility. So choose anyone to love. So I wish I had a lot more time to talk about love, because it's so important to us. But know that that it's something that you're going to need to deal with. It's tricky sometimes. People are not always trustworthy or deal with or are going to do what you want them to do. And are you going to love anyway? Are you going to love anyway? I suggest you do. You can back off a little bit. You can close your heart a little bit, and you can still love them from a distance, even. So let's jump to joy. Joy. Okay, what's joy? Joy is active, happy, more smiley, more. You can see it on your face. You can feel loving and peaceful, and nobody would know by looking at you. But joy, most of the time, you can know. You do have some more external input or external whatever looks. One me and one you. This is a friend of mine that we play racquetball all the time, and once we came up with one when we get a point, right? We score point, one for me or one for you, right? But I was thinking about it, and we decided that it's really cool is that we can give ourselves points. We can give ourselves points for just in life, like, oh, that was pretty cool that you did that. Like, for example, I'm here talking to you guys, and I kind of like my energy right now. I'm talking, I'm out here risking a little bit and sharing what I know with you, and so I get a point for that. Does anybody care? No, but I do. I do. And same with people around you. And, one of the teachers called it caught you being good. They used to call it, I caught you being good. That was really cool what you just did. Point for you. You get a point for that. That brings joy to me. It's laughter. It's silly. And it's fun. And it brings joy. I love joy. That's one of my favorite things. It is a little bit different than peace in that like my wife and I had to struggle sometime because her main goal in life is peace. She wants to be calm and peaceful and have everything in order and go okay. I, however, am looking for joy. I like joy. I'm more active. I'm up and silly about it and louder and that kind of thing. And so I'm looking for joy. And we found out that those are actually quite different. And we were missing each other a couple times because they're different and they're okay. And I need to know that she wants peace and she needs to know that I want joy. And we balance those. We try to. So they're different. They are different. And the difference is most of it is active versus passive. So check that out. Laughing, singing, dancing, spinning, whatever. Create joy on purpose in your life, unless you have something better to do. So you can create it in your life on purpose. You can enjoy the journey. YTTLTWTS. That's the name of a bumper sticker that I made a long time ago in a class I used to do. It stands for "You're taking this life thing way too seriously." It's not like we're going to get out of here alive. So being real serious and heavy and delaying our joy is not often a good idea. Not a good idea. So you can even enjoy the negatives in a way. It's kind of weird, but you actually can enjoy going through the experience of having negative emotions to the point where you learn about them and you get better at them, and you deal with them and you succeed and you get through them. So joy is a big deal. So and in joy, I have a side business where I sell eucalyptus in every single order. I say enjoy, 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 enjoy. That's the point. We're back to peace again. I guess I got these out of order. So world peace begins with inner peace. Through inner peace, genuine world peace can be achieved. And this is from the Dalai Lama, saying the importance of individual responsibility is quite clear. An atmosphere of peace must first be created within ourselves, then gradually expanded to include our families, our communities, and ultimately the whole planet. Dalai Lama says, I agree. Point of our nonprofit, EQ for Peace. That's a point of our nonprofit, EQ for Peace. We're teaching emotional intelligence to create peace. Okay, this is really important, is that negative emotions are negative feelings expressed as intensely as they are felt in the body will reduce in intensity and are free to change. That's feel it to heal it. That's the concept there. And it allows us to feel our negatives in a way that we let go of them, which is a big deal, right? Let them go. Let them flow, then let them go. Or as my friend LJ says, get in, get it out, and then get on. So, conclusions. Give yourself permission to feel. Permission to feel. That's the name of a very famous book by Mark Brackett, who runs the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. Give yourself permission to feel. The reason you don't feel, or the reason you are shut down, or the reason you are limited is because you don't give yourself permission. You don't give yourself permission because you are afraid usually of what's going to happen, and you don't know how to deal with it. So if you give yourself permission to feel, you can expand and deepen and widen your life and your experience from then on. Give yourself permission to feel. Take emotional responsibility. This one I say every single time. Take emotional responsibility, which means your thoughts, your feelings, your decisions, your actions, your values, your motivation, your moods, your attitude, all of that stuff is yours. All of it. You have 100% responsibility and control over that stuff. You you have the power to control all that stuff, and it's all yours. And so if you blame the world for making you feel something, then you're going to be a whiner, blamer, victim. If you say, no, I'm in charge of me, I made me think that, I made me feel that, and I'm going to do this about it, kind of thing, that puts me in charge of me, and I like that. I'm a control freak in that department. Awareness, acceptance, action. Awareness, acceptance, action. Be aware, accept, take some action or not. It's up to you. Decide if you're going to do something with it or about it, which is, am I going to do something about this problem? That's one thing. That's an action. What are you going to do about that? Right? That's an action. What am I going to do with it? That's a different question. What are you going to do with it is my thoughts and my feelings. I got this problem. What do I do about that? What with it inside of me? What do I think about this problem? What do I feel about this problem? That kind of thing. And then act or don't act with emotional intelligence going forward. So it's a point is to know what we're thinking and what we're feeling to give us some great information to know what to do next and how we want to be and how we want to do. So, all right, that's it for this one. Thank you for joining. Remember, feel it, feel it, feel it. We got one more session on where I'm going to sum things up, and we took an assessment at the beginning and in first one, and we're going to take the same assessment in the end in the next one, and we'll see if we improved any. All right, over all of these. So thank you for joining, and keep feeling. Give yourself permission to feel, please. All right. Thanks. See you soon.
You have been listening to Feel It to Heal It with your host, Matt Perelstein, creating peace inside and around us with emotional intelligence, EQ. Remember that your thoughts and feelings matter more than you ever realized to guide your actions and create peace, purpose, and power in life. You can catch prior episodes on the web at eqforpeace.org and on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more.